Repaints.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Flight Simulator 2004 video here on the channel. Today we're going to be we're going to be looking at the program DXTBMP and how we can convert an FSX Repaint to FS2004 using this program and Paint.net. You can use any of the other ones such as GIMP or Photoshop, but I'm using Paint.net for this. It does the job just fine. What we have here as my screensaver or desktop background is the Quality Wing 757 in the United Heart here California livery. I've switched to the Captain Sim 757 as shown here by the little livery manager, and basically what we're doing is I've already converted the Captain Sim Heart here livery from FSX to FS9, but that's the California one. So what we'll be doing today is I'm going to show you how I convert the New York livery from FSX to FS9. This will work with most, if not all, FSX to FS9 liveries. Some of them have different things, so I'm going to show you little quirks and basically go into how we do it. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so basically what we're going to be having here is we have our two repaints, and I think I need this one here. So when you open up your FSX Repaint, I'm just going to extract this one here. And we're just going to hit enter and extract that out, and we can go ahead and get rid of these. When you open it up, this is your FSX Repaint. Everything is a DDS file. You can open it up with Paint.net, and it is a 2048 by 2048 DDS file, and it looks magnificent. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to copy this texture into your Captain Sim folder, and this works for PMDG, iFly, any other. I'm just using the Captain Sim as an example. What you're going to do is you're going to copy it into your Captain Sim folder. Right here, I've done that already. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take another repaint, and you're just going to grab all the BMP files, and you're going to copy them over into this one as shown. Once you have done that, you will have, depending, as in the California one here, they might be DXT3. So if they are, what you're going to have to do is convert every single one of the needed files to 32-bit so you can open them. So how you do that, you drag and drop your BMP file from your folder into DXTBMP. Then you go File, Save, and then you hit 32-bit 8888 or 888-8. And then when you save it, hit Replace, and then you can open it up and view it. If you try to do this any other way with a DXT3, it's going to say, it says we don't support this file format. It doesn't support the DXT3, it supports 32-bit. So now you can actually edit this one. So I don't need to go ahead and edit this one though, so I'm going to save it and I'm going to convert it back to a DXT3. When you copy over, I can just grab these here, Control A, Control C. When you copy it in, like this, paste, this one is already in 32-bit. So that means they're already ready to go. However, if this is DXT3, if these files here are DXT3 and you copy them in, you'll have to convert each one that is to the left of your file. So this is the DDS, this is the corresponding FS9 version, and that does it for each one. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and pop that in, and in here we have our folder, and we have 402 or 102. And then what you're going to do is on this other side, where is it? You're going to want to download the Captain Sim livery pack, or the repaint pack. And that can be found on the Captain Sim website. And I have extracted that to my repaint files here. And right here you have all your PSD files. So this is what we're going to use for the Windows. Once you have done that, you're going to go ahead and open up each file. So I will use this back one here, just for an example. We're going to open with, let me just open this one. paint.net, open it, and then you're going to have your DDS file from FSX and drag and drop your FS9 version. So, one major difference, not only the size is a lot larger, as shown, 1024 for the FS9 and 2048 for FSX, it's also flipped, it's inverted. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Image, flip vertically, and that'll flip it to the exact same size as the FS, or the exact same type as FS9. Then you're going to go to Image, Resize, and go to 1024. And that will resize the image to 1024 pixels by 1024 pixels. So that way, when you copy it to the FS9 one, it fits perfectly over top. So, it can be that simple. Then once you merge, you just hit Control S, save it, and then you can delete these two because you won't need that anymore. And then boom, it's converted. Now, if you have a more complex one, such as this part here, what you're going to have to do is a little bit more complicated, because some aircraft have the 3D windows. The FS9 aircraft do not have 3D windows as far as I know. None of the models that I use do. So the FSX ones, they're just these blank holes. FS9 actually has textures. Now, what this means is that when I resize this, flip it, and copy it over, this means that my texture will not align properly. So now all the windows got covered up. Texture's there, but you won't have any of your windows. It's just going to be gray squares. So you really don't want that. So how do we fix this? Basically, it's pretty simple. We're just going to go grab our little repaint file here, and you find the corresponding files. So this is 57_2_3_T.BMP. Find it right here, drag and drop, open the image, and you're going to have this blank. So down here in the layers, you're going to have this one that says details. Going to click the details. Now you have your windows. Then all you have to do is make a selection box for each, and you can do multiple by holding the Control key. Then you're going to press Control C, bring it over here, add a new layer, and hit Control V. And I did the wrong layer. Make sure it has details selected, not any other layer. Now the windows are in. So it looks good. However, once you get up close, you realize there's a lot of bleed through from all the previous windows that were overlaid from the FSX, most notably here in this area. So this is where the fun comes in. You can leave this as is, however, it's going to look pretty bad up close. What you can do as well is take this little thing right here called the clone stamp. And I go up to like a size of 7 or 8. And I hit Control and place it, and then I just hit it again. Oh, I'm at the wrong layer. Go down to layer 2, hit Control and place it, and then when you hit this, just left click again, you can erase all traces of that window, at least around the area. Like that. And you can play around with it and get it to look how you want and make it nice and pretty. And then once you do this for the entire aircraft, and if you're lucky, you will be able to only have to do this for one side, because the other side is the exact same. However, on some of them they have those big Euro white logos, and you won't be able to do that, and that is seen here on this BMP. And actually, I'll load up the DDS. Right here, the big United, I can flip it vertically here. Anywhere where the logo is, you will not be able to copy and paste. So I can copy this section here onwards, Control C, add a new one, just hit enter, flip this vertically, and then copy it over again, add a new layer, and then just drag it over top. And then if you turn the opacity down, you can just drag until it fits perfectly. Let's see here, where is it? Like that. However, it doesn't work for everything because sometimes you'll have this bleed through because it's not aligned perfectly. But that is an option to save you some time. So, once you are done with this, and you merge all three layers and everything looks nice and pretty and happy, the only thing you need to do now is go to DXTBMP, open that up on one side, and then grab your livery here, or this texture, so it's 57-2-4-T.BMP. You want the BMP one, you don't want the DDS. You're going to drag that over, and if you want to have that nice shiny effect on the outside of the airplane, you hit alpha channel, and you scroll down, and I made a custom one from each of the textures, and I'm just going to use the quality wing stab because that's a nice, that right there, that color is a good alpha channel. Not too much shine, but enough to make it look metal. Then, once you're done with that, you're going to save, and then you're going to hit DDX, or DXT3. Now, if you want to be the person, where'd it go? It should have converted. Okay, yep, there it went. If you want, and everything lines up and you don't have to go through all the paint conversion work, you can drag this over, and you can just add an alpha channel, do the exact same thing. You can just add an alpha channel. You can go File, Save As, and if you save it right here, it's going to be a DDS texture. But if you go File, Save As, you can go Extended Bitmap, and you can choose DXT3 through there, and then it'll save it as a BMP. Now, this little bitmaps thing, if you want to add, basically what bitmaps do is the farther away the object is, the less clear it's going to look. It's going to look more blurry and blurred out, and that's where the blurries come from in Flight Sim. If you don't want that to happen with your aircraft when looking at it from a certain angle, uncheck Include when saving. If that's checked, you're going to have a blurry looking airplane. But if you uncheck that, it won't do that. So that's what I recommend. If you do have a lower system, though, you can include those. Now, one thing with a lot of FSX repaints that I have seen is this right here. This constant case of somewhat, the opacity is not all the way up. And you'll notice if I add a black or white, it changes the opacity. Here's how you can fix that. It's quite simple, actually. Drag over the texture that's doing that to you. And once it's in DXTBMP, it recognizes it, or it doesn't give it that opaque feeling. It's actually solid texture. And that's because DXTBMP doesn't recognize it as opaque. It recognizes it as solid. Then this little thing, this little button over here, it's the third one in. It says Send to Editor. Just hit that, and it sends it to the editor as a fully opaque. There's like a there's no translucent thing. It's full. Everything's there. I don't know the word. Everything's there, and then you can edit as normal. All right, that's about all there is to it. Once you are done getting that texture in, and everything's converted and saved as DXT3, BMP, and all that, go ahead, and all you'll have to do is go to your aircraft config, and then grab the United Airlines README. And there is some small differences between this. So what you have to do is you go down to the bottom one here. And I already have the United California in. What you can do is just go Control-C, make a new entry, Control V, name that 22, and I'm just going to put New York. Leave that all alone. Texture is United Airlines, November 40102, November 14102. There we go. And then ATC ID, just change that to 2. Everything else is the same. New York. And leave that as that. Then all you have to do is, I did that on the wrong one. Control C. Control V. Control C. Control V. Which one else, or what else did I change? That should be a 6, that should be a 6. That should be a 2, and that should be a 2. Alright, now it's fixed. Alright, then you're just going to file, save it, and exit. And that's all you have to do for that. And I will show you what it looks like in the sim. Alright, welcome into the simulator, everybody. Here we have the Captain Sim 757 in the United New York Her Art Here livery. And as you can tell, everything went as planned. It's in the simulator. It looks absolutely amazing. And all the textures went and converted as they should. The only thing I could find was that I feel like this could be in a little bit, this could be out a little bit further, but that's just a small gripe. Everything else went according to plan, and it looks awesome. What I'm going to do right here is show you a couple different liveries that I have already converted for FS9 from the FSX counterparts, and we'll take a look at them. So this is the United Airlines New York Her Art Here livery for the Captain Sim 757 inside the cockpit. Next up is the Icelandair I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I think that I probably butchered it. Anyway, it is the Icelandair special livery. This one was a hard one to find. I had to track it down because it was only available through the Captain Sim livery manager for the prepared one, so I had to track it down and get it for the FS9. Now I'm in the process of getting all of these repaints actually permission from their respective owners to be put on the ISIL library for you guys. Next up is the Icelandair Hekla Aurora livery, which was converted from the FSX counterpart. This one here, I am also, in the process of trying to get it approved so I can put it up for you guys. This one was a fun one. I had this for the quality wings, so I was happy to be able to find it and convert it to the Captain Sim. Last but not least is the Jet2 Holidays livery, converted from FSX. And as always, I'm going to be trying to get it over to you guys for FS9. Alright, all of these liveries can be found for FSX or Prepared 3D, and all you have to do is convert them. They do take a little bit of time. I figure about an hour per repaint, but if it's a simple one, such as this one here, with just white along all the windows, it won't take you long at all. But the United, California, United, all those special liveries, those will take longer because of the complex colors in each of the windows and around them. Other than that, it's not too bad at all. And once you get it down, it's quite a simple process. So I hope this tutorial helped you guys. One last thing. Somebody asked what was the difference between the, at the end of each bitmap file, there was a T and there was an L. Basically, the L means it's a nighttime bitmap, so most of them are going to be dark or just have areas of light color where there's going to be like a light shining. And then your T bitmaps are all your daytime bitmaps. So that's the difference between those two. Alright, and because I loaded the airplane, everything got ruined. Alright, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to share them down below. If you like what I'm doing and you want to support the channel, go ahead and just comment, subscribe, like the video. Anything helps. Till next time, see ya.